I'm a big animal lover. I love animals. I prefer animals over people, in fact. You could put me in a room with a person and leave me in that room with a person all day. By the end of the day, I'm either going to want to kill myself or I'm going to want to kill that person. I just don't like most people. I have my select few, two, maybe three friends. Other than that, I just don't like dealing with people. I don't like dealing with people. But cats, I love cats. Dogs, I love dogs. I'm a big. Whenever I hear there's a house fire and there were three children, two women, and dogs in the house, I always wonder, did they save the dogs? To hell with the people. Did they save the dogs? I don't know. That's just a quirky thing about me. And the cat you're looking at on the screen is my cat, or was my cat. This is Sebastian. Now, I got Sebastian from the animal shelter at the tender age of 6 or 7 weeks old. He was a little baby. I could fit him in my hand when I first got him. Oh, look at Sebastian. He loved jumping in sinks. He loved boxes too. You could bring in a shoe box. You could bring in any type of box, a shoe box, an Amazon box, whatever kind of box. He'd always jump in the box. And I had Sebastian from the time, like I said, he was about 6 or 7 weeks old, something like that, till the time he was 6. Because Sebastian is now dead. Sebastian, this beautiful cat that you're looking at, look at this when he was a baby. He's now dead. You may ask, well, what happened to Sebastian? He was only 6 years old. Well, I still have yet to find that out. I probably will never know what happened to him. But I came home from work one day. This was a couple of months ago, back in April, late April. No, probably early April, mid-April sometime. Came home, and Sebastian was perfectly fine when I came home from work. He always greeted me at the door whenever I came home from work. And, this day was no different. I came home. He greeted me at the door along with his sister. He's got a sister named Millie. And he meowed, and I went upstairs, and I took a nap for about 45 minutes. And when I woke up, Sebastian was collapsed on the floor. He had no movement in his any of his paws, any of his legs. And he was given a very weak meow. Just a very weak and sad, depressing. It breaks my heart thinking about it. Very weak and sad meow. I don't know what happened to Sebastian. He just lost movement in all of his limbs. And so I can't take him to his regular vet. This is about, like I said, I had just gotten off of work. So this had to have been about 6 or 7 p.m. The vet's closed. And so I have to take him to an emergency vet clinic. He also liked getting in like water. If you get, a thing of water, you know how you get the big bottles of water. You take the waters out, there's just a large thing of plastic. He loved getting inside of those. But anyway, that's a side story. And so I have to take him to a 24-hour emergency vet clinic. And so the only one that's available in my area is this place called Out West. Out West. That's the name of the place, Out West. And Out West, I didn't realize it. I'd never heard of it. I just went on Google because I saw my cat collapse on the floor and crying. He's not able to walk. He's not able to move. Then I think, I got to get my cat help. I don't care from who. I've got to get my cat help. And so I immediately go to Out West. I Google them. I immediately go to Out West. Bring my girlfriend along. I wrap Sebastian up because he can't walk. I wrap him up in a blanket, and we go to Out West. And when we get to Out West, I know something is wrong. Immediately walking into the vet clinic, I knew something was wrong. This is supposed to be a vet clinic. They got effigies of dead deer and taxidermy on the in the office, in the clinic. And I think this is weird. Ain't these supposed to be veterinarians? Aren't you guys supposed to be saving animals? Why do they have dead effigies of dead deer, a deer head just mounted on the wall, a big ass deer? I mean, this ain't right. Deer horns strewn throughout the place. I said, oh, and I called out west. I said, this is a redneck deer clinic. A bunch of rednecks. And so I get in, I tell him, my cat's not walking. He's crying. I don't know what's going on. He cannot walk. My cat cannot walk. And so, I fill out some paperwork. Next thing you know, this blonde-haired, heavyset white woman, comes out from the back, and she's like, I'll take your cat, sir. I'll take your cat, sir. And I go, oh shit, I know something is wrong. Because one thing about rednecks, I grew up in Arkansas. Okay, I can tell this bitch is a redneck. One thing about rednecks don't know nothing about animal care. Just ask a redneck. If a redneck has an old dog, and that dog gets sick, the redneck shoots it in the head. There's no rednecks don't even believe in vets. Hell, the rednecks I knew growing up, they tie a dog up in the backyard and hope that it rained. They didn't even water. They would hope that it rained, and they dig a muck puddle up for the damn dog to drink out of the muck puddle and throw food in the backyard every once in a while. Right? Now, I know some rednecks probably love their dogs, but I'm telling you about the rednecks I grew up with. So I know I'm in for trouble because these motherfuckers got dead deer heads mounted on the wall. They have dead animal taxidermies. You motherfuckers supposed to be saving animals, but you got dead animals strewn throughout the office. So I know I'm in trouble. I know poor Sebastian, at this point, I consider him dead. But anyway, we need help. And so the redneck lady gets Sebastian, and she goes to the back. And it broke my heart to see my poor cat go to the back without me. I want to cry when I think about it. But they're in the back for about 2 minutes, and after about 2 minutes, I hear, and at first Sebastian was crying. Like I said, at first he gave a little light cry, and he couldn't walk. But these were screams of distress. Sebastian is clearly in distress. So I can't just sit there, my baby in the back hollering like that. So I take a peek in the back. Don't you know this redneck bitch is picking up my cat and dropping him? Picking him up and dropping him. Picking him up and dropping him. Picking him up and dropping him. Then I said, hey, ma'am, stop dropping my cat. Stop it. What are you doing? And she's like, she gets kind of aggressive. Mr. Turner, go in the back. We ain't got time for all that now. Go in the back. I'm trying to help your cat. And at this point, I'm almost ready to freak out. I'm really ready to freak out. Because I told you motherfuckers the cat couldn't motherfucking walk. I came in here saying the cat walked. Why is she picking the cat up and dropping him, trying to make the cat? And that's why Sebastian was crying, because every time she pick him up and drop him, he didn't have movement in any of his legs. So he just dropped and his head kept hitting the floor. And he would be screaming every time his head hit the floor. And I sat there and I saw her do it a couple of times. I said, stop doing that shit. Run some tests. Take some blood work. Stop dropping my cat. And my girlfriend, Kiki's with me. She's like, baby, what's going on? I said, that bitch back there dropping my cat. And Kiki goes, what do you mean she's dropping the cat? I said, she's picking him up and she's dropping him. She said, what do you mean she's picking? I said, bitch, she's picking him up and dropping him. Picking him up and dropping him. Picking him up and dropping him. And so about 10 or 15 minutes go by. Sebastian's back there. Sebastian is hysterical. He doesn't know what the hell is going on. Sebastian didn't grow up around white people. This is his first time ever being around white people, other than his primary vet, who's a white woman, which I probably should have took him to the vet more, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, the white bitch the redneck white bitch comes from the back. And she goes, well, Mr. Turner, there could be a number of things going on, but one thing's for sure, your cat can't walk. I looked this bitch upside the head. It took everything in me not to slap this bitch upside the head after she said that. Bitch, I know that. And she tried to explain it in a medical way. She goes, and she wasn't pronouncing her words right and shit. She goes, he has paralyzation. He has paralyzation in all four of his limbs. And right now, he's not able to walk. We tried to do everything we could do to get the cat to walk. We just couldn't get the cat to walk. And I'm angry at this point because the whole point of us coming here, bitch, was because the fucking cat could not walk. And you mean to tell me you back there dropping my cat and the best thing you can come up with is the motherfucking cat can't walk? I'm livid. At this point, I'm livid. I'm ready to fight this bitch. And she goes, well, one thing I can do for you, Mr. Turner. And this is my other cat, Millie, by the way. This cat I had two cats. It was Sebastian and Millie. But she's the best I can do for you, Mr. Turner. We got some antibiotics. Maybe that's going to work. Maybe that's not going to work. But you can go ahead, damn sure try it. And I'm mad because I know this bitch has not provided adequate care. This is one of those DEI vets. This is one of those DEI. They hired her just because she was a woman. They hired her just because she was a woman. She didn't have the skills. All she did with the damn cat was picked him up and dropped him. It's not veterinary care, picking up a cat that can't walk and dropping him on his head. So anyway, she gives me some antibiotics. And this bitch got the nerve to tell me, all right, Mr. Turner, that'll be $600 some odd. I said, $600 some odd. She said, yeah, $600. We've given your cat care. I said, bitch, this is when they kicked me out of the veterinary's office. I said, bitch, I'd be goddamn if I give you a dime for dropping my cat on the head. Bitch, that's an insult. You mean to tell me you can't tell me what the hell is going on with my cat? But you have the audacity to tell me to pay you $600. I'm not paying a damn thing. Matter of fact, fuck this veterinary clinic. Fuck this office. Fuck that dead deer on the wall. Fuck these taxidermy shit. Fuck, I'm out of here. And so I leave without paying. And I never got a call from that vet again. She never called to say, hey, Mr. Turner, well, it could be this, it could be that. Now, Sebastian, prior to going to the vet, I was able to hand feed him. During his first hours of illness, his first day of illness, when he wasn't able to walk, I was able to hand feed him because obviously he couldn't lift himself up to bend over and crouch over and get food. And so I was hand feeding him. I bought a syringe. I would, give him water through the syringe. I put the syringe to his mouth and give him water. And whatever kind of pill this bitch gave me, he stopped doing it. I gave him the pill one morning. He never ate after that. I gave him that pill. Sebastian started bleeding from his asshole. Swear to God. I bought some little kitty bed sheets, and they have those, like potty training sheets for dogs. I call them for dogs or kitties. And I laid him on that. I would change his sheets out every 2 or 3 hours. And I did that for about a week. And after I gave him that pill, he died. So whatever kind of pill she got, I gotta go back home and look at the name of the pill. But whatever kind of pill she gave him, it didn't help him walk, but it sure made him bleed from the asshole. And I know my cat was suffering. I kind of felt at peace when I was crying like a baby when he died. I couldn't make a YouTube video at the time about it. Now it's been about a month, 2 months later, and I'm feeling a little bit better about it. But he died because of that DEI vet. Now, had I had a well qualified, well certified vet that knew what the hell he was doing, I would have paid that $600. Hell, I would have paid $1,000. But because this bitch, I saw this bitch pick up the cat. She would hold him up, try to steady him, and just drop him. Pick him up, and she kept repeating that process. Picking him up and dropping him. Picking him up and dropping him. Like, bitch, this not working. What the hell are you doing, you dumb redneck bitch? But I figured it out. It's DEI. The entire veterinary industry has been co-opted by DEI. We all know that the number one recipients of DEI is what? White women. And you can look this up on Google. 68%, this is a true fact, 68% of veterinarians in America are white women. 68%. 68%. Now, compare that to doctors. You would think, okay, well, this number should translate to actual physicians who work on humans, because animals and humans have extremely similar biologies. Okay? Cats can get HIV. Humans can get HIV. Well, for cats, it's actually called FIV. Cats can get herpes, feline herpes. Humans can get herpes. A lot of the same illnesses in humans have an animal version of it. They have it in animal form. So you think, okay, well, since humans and animals have similar biologies, women should have similar numbers being human physicians. Since 68% of them are veterinarians, you would think that what percent of them are human doctors? Only 30%. The number drops down to 30%. So what that tells me is that they get a bunch of these dumb white women, and they wouldn't trust them on a human. This is my poor cat. I had a beautiful cat. They don't trust these white women on humans. They'll be damned if they trust them on humans. And so what they do is they get these old redneck white women, these old dumb blondes, these dumb white women, and they get the dumb DEI white women who aren't really qualified to work on anything because they're too dumb. And they get them to work on the cats and kill the cats, kill the dogs. It's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing. DEI killed my cat. Now, I still have Millie. This is my cat, Millie. I've shown you guys Millie before. But that bitch killed my cat. Just picking up. And that pissed me off. Then had the nerve to tell me, $600, Mr. Turner. I was ready to whoop that heavy-set white bitch's ass. I ain't paying you no $600. But yeah, if you have your fur babies and you love them, find you a good qualified white male doctor. A white woman don't know what the hell she doing. That bitch should be at home cooking, cleaning, taking care of her children, not working on killing cats, killing dogs. My cat died because of it, but I've still got Millie. So after that happened with Sebastian, I found Millie a good white male doctor. I'd even take a black male doctor, but I couldn't find any black male doctors here in Little Rock. But not too many black people get into, animal science. I don't know why. But anyway, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. This is kind of a tough video for me. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And remember to like, subscribe, share, and as always, stay woke.